Hello everybody and welcome back to Minimalist Gourmet, where today I'll be teaching you how to make egg cups. That's right, this breakfast of champions does great for meal prep, tastes amazing, it's super customizable, high in protein, and it'll save you a ton of time and money versus going to Starbucks to pick one up. So let's get started. And we're going to start with the eggs. How many eggs you'll use is going to be up to you. It's going to depend on the size of your container as well as how many you're making. Don't worry, I'll go into more detail later about this and how to figure that out. Don't forget, this does make a great meal prep, so if you want to prep up, say, 10 of these for the week on a Sunday night, you'll have breakfast Monday through Friday. So we're going to crack as many eggs as we need into this bowl. I'm making 5 different varieties, so I've got my eggs in this bowl, as well as a second bowl here. I've measured out 2 ounces of cream cheese that's come up to room temperature, and I'm going to go ahead and put 3 eggs into here. We also need to season this, and I would say at a minimum, put some salt and pepper in there, but definitely use the spices and seasonings you like. Cayenne, paprika, a little bit of cumin, some hot sauce, maybe a dash of fish sauce in there if you'd like, some dried Italian herbs, whatever you like, you can go ahead and season it up as you so desire. In my large bowl, I have a dozen eggs, and I'm going to add about a quarter cup of heavy whipping cream. To my small bowl with 3 eggs, I'll be adding just about 2 or 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. If you want to make this dish a bit lighter, you can certainly substitute a low-fat milk in lieu of the cream. Now we need to mix this very well until everything is completely incorporated. When mixing in the cream cheese with the eggs, take a second here and use a fork or a whisk to break it up and then mix very vigorously. Don't worry, when you're done mixing it, you will see little specks of cream cheese throughout the eggs like this, and that's perfectly fine. When making these at home, I would recommend that you use a couple of muffin tins as they are the perfect vessel to make these in. I don't have muffin tins, but I went out and bought these little aluminum cups that I've lubed up with some butter, and they work fantastically. Now, these are a little bit bigger than your standard muffin cup. They hold about 1.5 eggs each. They do make for a more substantial meal, that's why I like them. Additionally, if you would like to use these silicone muffin liners, they work a treat. They are a little bit smaller though than these tins. They only hold about 1 egg per cup, so they're a little bit smaller in that respect, but they do work fantastic. Again, you can use anything that'll suit your needs, the aluminum cups, the silicone cup liners, or some muffin tins themselves. On to assembly. I'll be making 6 of these with ham, so I have 6 slices of ham here. Now, when putting them in, you don't need to be pretty. They just need to fit down inside so they're not sticking out. They don't have to perfectly line the bottom. This will do just fine. To this, I'm going to be adding some shredded cheese. Again, you can use any variety that you like. Cheddar, mozzarella, provolone, parmesan, Monterey Jack, cream cheese, they all taste amazing. I'll be making 5 different varieties today. These first 2 here are going to be ham and cheese only, so they're done. For the rest, let's take a look at the ingredients that I've prepped up. I have some basil, tomato, green onion, cooked bacon, red bell pepper with some onion that I've sauteed, and spinach. For these back two, I'll just be adding spinach for ham, cheese, and spinach. It's a classic combo that tastes delicious. These two I'm going to place in my sauteed bell peppers and onions. Again, I just sauteed these for about 5 minutes with a little bit of butter on medium heat. These back two without any cheese or ham will be receiving the cooked bacon as well as our chopped up green onions. The final two are going to be vegetarian. I'll be putting in some sliced basil, some sliced tomato, as well as a nice dash of paprika into both for just that little extra flavor. The last thing we need to do is pour our egg mixture into our cups. The egg mixture will expand as it cooks, but you do want to fill them relatively full. I would say about 80 to 90%. Don't worry, they should be totally solidified by the time they puff up, so they really won't boil over. If this is your first time making this dish and you don't know how much egg mixture to make, I recommend cracking an egg into one of your empty cups and seeing how much volume it takes up. That will help you determine how much to make. That way you don't waste anything. But if you'd like to live dangerously, you can certainly just whip up some more if you run out, and if you have extra, you can always turn it into an omelet. For these last two with the bacon and green onions, I'll be pouring in my egg and cream cheese mixture. Now, guys, if you've never tried this before, it really is delicious. I absolutely love eggs with cream cheese. It is something else, and I highly recommend you give it a try. The last thing I'm going to do before putting these in the oven is push down the spinach so that it's completely submerged in the egg. Even if it pops out a little bit, that's okay. You just want it to be wet with the egg mixture so it doesn't burn or dry out in the oven. Let's review my 5 varieties. I have ham and cheese, spinach ham and cheese, onions, peppers, ham and cheese, Cream cheese, bacon, and green onions here, basil, tomato, and cheese here. Bake these in a preheated 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Mine baked for about 22 minutes because they're a little bit larger, and they turned out like this. As I said, they are going to puff up quite a bit, but notice that there really isn't any spillage. The way to determine if these are done or not is by tapping them and feeling them. They should jiggle, as you can see here, but they shouldn't be wet or extremely soft in the middle. So you can see here they're not sticking to my hand or have any liquid coming out, so that means that these are done. Don't overbake them because they'll continue cooking for a few minutes after you pull them out of the oven from residual heat. If you're meal prepping these for the week, remember to place them in a microwave-safe container and reheat on high for about 30 to 45 seconds, or place them in a 350-degree oven for about 8 to 10 minutes until they're heated through. Or place into a Ziploc bag and store in the freezer for up to 3 months. You can reheat them from frozen, just double the cooking time as you would from the refrigerator. And guys, it really is just that easy to make this delicious dish at home tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. I really do appreciate your time today, and I hope to see you all here again real soon on the next episode of Minimalist Gourmet.